Hello, Clarence. I was just wondering if you had a moment to talk really quickly right now?
Oh, hey there, Mom. Yeah, I can talk for a little bit. What's up?
Well, it's just that it's almost the anniversary of your father's death, and I was wondering if you'd like to come visit his grave with me? I was thinking that we could try and make it there to clean up around the grave sometime next Sunday.
Oh, shoot. I really don't think that Sunday is going to work. I already have plans for that day.
Well, if you already have plans for this time of year, then you really should have told me. Because last year you said that you would make time to do this with me, and that's why I'm telling you about it now.
I know, and I really am sorry, Mom. Honest. It's just that it's always busy over here, and I just don't think I'm going to make it over there. But I promise that I'll find some time to visit Dad's grave soon. Okay?
Well, do you mind if I ask just what you're busy with that you can't even make it over here?
Well, I think it's just that Sophie wanted to go to her parents this year.
But I thought that both of her parents were dead, right?
Yeah, both of her parents are dead, but that means they both have graves, right? And they both died around the same time that Dad did, so...
Oh, really? Did they? I didn't actually know that. Besides, I could have sworn the last time I talked to Sophie about her parents, she told me they had both been cremated.
I think you might just be imagining things, Mom. Because that's not true, and I don't know why Sophie would say something like that to you.
Well, you could be right. I might have just misheard. But I suppose if Sophie is wanting the two of you to visit her parents' grave, then that's okay.
You mean you're not upset? You don't mind if I do this with Sophie this year?
Of course not. Why would I be upset or angry over this?
Well, I was just worried that you might see it with Sophie being selfish or something like that. I don't know. I just thought that you would have insisted that we go over to your house to visit Dad's grave is all.
Well, Clarence, I don't know what to say, except that I thought you would know that I'm really not that kind of person. I mean, maybe the people in Grandma's generation might have been a bit more traditional and insistent, but it's not like there's a law that says you have to visit your father's grave every single year or something.
Yeah, I guess not. I just thought that you would be more insistent is all. That really was my bad for misreading that.
Well, I really don't mind at all, Clarence. If anything, I'm glad that you're also taking your wife's wants and feelings into account.
Of course. But I do want you to know it's not like I'm trying to disrespect our family or anything like that. I just didn't want to give that impression since she didn't even make it to Dad's funeral.
Well, you said that was because she was feeling bad, right?
I did say that at the time, yeah. But the truth is that Sophie said she couldn't be bothered getting all dressed up to go to it.
Son, are you really sure that you should be telling me these things about your wife? I mean, I appreciate you wanting to be honest with me, but you need to think about what should be kept between you and your wife. I don't want to be a reason for any kind of drama, so I won't mention that you said this to me about your wife.
I know, but I really did want her to go to the funeral. But, I don't know. Honestly, I think that Sophie has been getting much more selfish recently.
Well, I guess it seems like you want to talk about this with me, so do you mind if I ask what she's been doing?
She's just always expecting me to spoil her and do everything while she does nothing for me.
I'm sorry you're going through that, Clarence. That doesn't sound like a good situation at all. To be honest, I almost can't even see Sophie acting like that. I always thought she was so sweet.
Well, the side of her that she shows to you and the side that I get are quite different. Let me tell you that. And like I said, I think that she's been getting way worse recently. I mean, she says some pretty horrible things to me and acts like it's nothing. It's like I'm married to a completely different person now.
But you two have only been married for a couple of years, right? What is it that brought about this change? Can you think of anything? Because this sounds like something you might want to talk with Sophie about. Don't you think that would do more to address the issue than complaining to your mom about this like you're doing now?
Well, yeah, but I just thought that I could complain to you like this since you're mom and you'll take my side.
Clarence, I'm sorry, but if these are the kinds of issues that you're having at home, I really would appreciate it if you tried to work it out with your wife instead of coming to me about this. Hello, Clarence. I just wanted to let you know that I've just received a message from Tiffany.
Oh, hey, Mom. You mean my cousin Tiffany? She sent you a message?
That's right. She was messaging me to ask why you hadn't responded to her wedding invitation yet.
I actually completely forgot to. But this just reminded me now, so I'll apologize to her.
You are going to attend her wedding, aren't you? I can tell her that you'll be there, yes?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. But I don't think that Sophie is going to. So I guess if you're gonna tell Tiff, tell her she only needs to reserve your seat for me.
Oh, really? But it's been so long since we've had a big family get-together like this.
I know, but I really don't think that Sophie wants anything to do with our family.
Are you sure about that? Although, I did message Sophie some time ago, and I never got a response from her.
Well, that's because she's ignoring you on purpose, Mom.
Is everything okay with Sophie? I mean, is she all right? Now that I think about it, I've really only been able to meet her a few times for all the years that you've known her. I don't know, I guess she just never really struck me as the kind of person to change personalities so quickly. Are you sure that something didn't happen between the two of you?
Well, it's like you said. You've really only gotten to meet her a few times, so I don't really think you'd understand what has happened between us.
Just because I haven't gotten to talk to her that often doesn't mean that I wouldn't understand. I'm more than double your age, son. I've learned a thing or two about life in my day, you know?
I know, Mom. But just because you lived a long time doesn't mean you have the answer for everything, okay? I'm glad that you're so confident in yourself, but I think that confidence gets a lot of older people in trouble when it comes to getting scammed and stuff like that. And besides, Sophie isn't the kind of person that you think she is.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Clarence, but you keep coming to me to complain about your wife.
Well, that's because it's really, really hard to be married to her. Not only that, but she's always on my back about money and telling me how much I can spend.
Is she not giving you enough money to get through the work week?
That's right. She takes all my money and barely gives me enough to get by while she spends everything on herself. And no matter what I try to say to her, she just won't listen to me.
Clarence, what on earth are you talking about?
I mean that this is the person that Sophie always really was deep, deep down. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how Sophie tricked me and how she puts me through hell every single day. She doesn't do anything around the house. She just runs around spending all our money. Who knows? Maybe she's even out cheating on me with some other man.
Clarence, I wonder if you wouldn't like me to try talking to Sophie about how much all of this is bothering you?
You can't be serious, right, Mom? You don't really want me to set up a chance for you two to talk, do you? I mean, I don't even know if that would be a safe thing we could do. Besides, no matter what I try to tell her, I know she won't listen.
Well, then maybe I can just go to your house and talk to her in person there.
I just don't think that she's going to want to meet with you at all. Please, Mom, you don't have to do this. Thank you for the offer, though.
Wow. Well, if that's the case, then this whole thing is much more serious than I thought. I'm really sorry, Clarence. I suppose I should have been more worried about this from the very start.
Well, I'm just glad that you're starting to understand just how serious the situation is now, Mom. Because I really don't know how much longer I can stay in the marriage. I mean, I barely have any money. I get yelled at all the time. This just isn't how I pictured my life going. You know, she doesn't even cook for me when I get home. And I have to ration the money she gives me so that I can afford lunch every day. Even if most days it just ends up being a few pieces of bread.
Son, do you want to come and stay with me for a little bit? I don't live all that far from the city, so you should still be able to get to work just fine. And maybe it would be good to put some distance between you and Sophie for the time being.
No way! I could never ever go and stay with you like that, Mom. I know that we can work this out if we try.
I see. Well, then I guess Sophie really isn't the person I thought she was. I was sure that she was a quiet, calm, well-mannered woman. I certainly hope that whatever you do, you find a way to get back the woman that you thought you married.
Thanks, Mom. I don't know how I'm going to make it work. But that doesn't mean I should just give up. I'll try talking to Sophie about this one more time.
I really think that would be a good idea. I think that a lot can be accomplished over the course of an open conversation.
Thank you so much, Mom. There's just one last little thing that I have to ask of you. I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind buying a gift that I could give to Tiffany for her wedding. The thing is that Sophie would never give me enough to buy any kind of serious gift to bring, so...
I see. Well, if it's money you're worried about, don't be. I'll be more than happy to buy something and say it's a gift from you.
You really are the best, Mom. I owe you so much. I just wanted you to know all of this so that if something were to happen to Sophie and I, it wouldn't surprise you is all.
I understand, Clarence. Thank you for talking to me about all of this. I really do hope that you two can figure out a way to get along again. I really am worried about you, son, but I'm glad that you talked to me about this.
Thanks for understanding, Mom. I really do appreciate it. I know that I can be difficult to deal with when I get like this.
What are you talking about? You're not like anything, Clarence, I promise. Being married isn't always easy, and sometimes couples go through these kinds of things.
Well then, hopefully that means that if I just hang on a little longer, we'll be able to get through this. I'll let you know if anything else happens, Mom. Hey, Mom. I was just wondering if you had a moment to talk really quick.
Hello, Clarence. I'm actually glad that you messaged me. I had something that I wanted to talk to you about concerning Sophie.
Well, what a coincidence. That's exactly why I'm messaging you right now, too. I wanted to tell you that Sophie and I are going to get a divorce. I'm sick and tired of her taking all my money and verbally abusing me.
I really just can't stand by and watch this go on any longer. You should know that I am standing outside of your house right now, and I am ready to take her straight to the police.
Wait, what? Mom, you've got to slow down. You can't just do that. I mean, why would you take her to the police anyways? Don't you think that's going a bit far? We just decided to get a divorce, so I would just keep your distance from Sophie for a while.
What are you talking about? I would be taking her to the police for her own protection. After all, you've been hitting her, haven't you?
What do you mean by that? You think I was hitting Sophie? Of course I wasn't doing anything like that.
Well, then would you care to explain to me why her face is all red and swollen? Or why her hair is a total mess? You did that to her, didn't you? How could you treat your own wife like that, Clarence?
Wait a second. Are you and Sophie together right now?
That's right. I happened to be out doing some shopping when I ended up near your neighborhood. Just then, I happened to see Sophie walking around the block, but I almost didn't recognize her. She looked so disheveled. And when I asked her what happened, she broke down and told me everything.
Mom, you can't trust a word that Sophie has to say to you. I mean it. Don't you see that she's just tricking you?
It's clear to me now that you're the one that I shouldn't have trusted, Clarence. You've been a liar this whole time. Anyways, I'm going to take your wife and we are going to report what you've done to the police. If I see you come around my house, you are going to be in serious trouble. Do you understand?
Mom, please, you can't do this to me. I'm begging you. Please don't go and talk to the cops about me. Can't you just let me meet with Sophie so that her and I can talk?
How many times are we going to have this same conversation, son? I have told you that if you want to talk to her, you should hire a lawyer to speak to hers. Otherwise, give it up because you are not going to talk to her ever again.
Mom, please. Don't you realize I could get in serious trouble? You don't want to put your son through this, do you?
My son wouldn't think it's okay to hit his wife. You are no son of mine. You are nothing but a horrible wife abuser and common criminal.
Mom, please. This is all one big mistake. You can't trust what Sophie tells you. I don't know what she's saying, but it's all wrong. Sophie isn't right in the head. You know that I would never hit anyone. But it's not like Sophie wasn't doing plenty of things that might have pushed someone else that far.
And just what kind of things would we be talking about? You're saying that you're the only one with the patience to not hit her for what she was doing?
Well, you remember all that I told you about her, right? She was taking all my money and saying horrible things to me and was barely letting me eat.
It's funny you say that, because one of the things that I asked Sophie was how she had lost so much weight.
Well, I don't know anything about that. Maybe she just started some new diet or something like that.
I can't even with you. I'm going to protect Sophie from you, and that is that. She's already told me how you stole all her money from the accounts she had before the two of you were married. She even told me that you weren't even letting her see or talk to any of her friends. You've been trying to control every aspect of her life, haven't you?
Mom, do you have any proof at all that anything Sophie is saying to you is true?
Oh, I have proof. Don't you worry about that.
Wait, you do have proof? That can't be right.
You must have thought that there could be no evidence since you took Sophie's phone from her.
What are you talking about, Mom? You don't really think I would do something like that to her, right?
But the thing is that Sophie borrowed a tape recorder from a neighbor, and she has plenty of recordings of all the horrible things that you would say to her. Not only that, but she even has some where you can hear the horrible things that you're doing to her through the audio. And Sophie's already shared all of the files of those recordings with me, so you can save whatever excuses you've thought of.
But Mom, that isn't right. You can't believe that. I mean, it sounds like she only recorded the times I tried to fight back and got mad at her. But I'm telling you that the real bad guy here is Sophie. It always has been.
And do you have any proof of anything, of the thing that you've been telling me about her?
Well, no, I guess I don't exactly have proof or anything like that. But you have to know that I didn't do any of this.
I wonder if you even know that you're lying right now. Does it not bother you to try and trick your mom like this? It's so obvious that you're just interested in protecting yourself and avoiding any kind of consequences right now.
I don't believe it. My own mother turned against me through the horrible lies and false accusations?
And just what about Sophie's money? She told me that she had tens of thousands of dollars saved up and that you spent all of it.
Well, I wasn't the only one using her money. Sophie was also going through it.
And just what is wrong with her spending her own money? Besides, she told me about how you would only let her spend her money on things like groceries or gifts to you. But that you never let her buy any makeup or clothes or anything that she might have wanted. In fact, now that I think about it, your house really is just covered in your things. I don't even know what Sophie does own.
Mom, please. You really do have this all wrong. I'm telling you. I use my money to buy plenty of things too.
Oh, I'm sure that you do now that you've gone through all of Sophie's. And do think that you asked me to send a gift to your cousin because you were too poor. You really are too much, you know that? I don't care what you have to say to me now. I simply can't trust a word you say. But how could you treat someone with no family like this? Or are you leaving her because you realized you won't be getting anything more now that her parents have died?
Mom, please. It's not like that at all. You have to believe me. I'm telling you the truth.
Just how many times are you going to tell me that I have to believe you? I wouldn't waste your energy. I already told you that it's not going to change my mind. I don't care what you have to say. We are going to be reporting all of this to the police.
Okay then. I'll get the divorce and I'll get out of Sophie's life. Just please don't go to the police. Anything but that.
If you really don't want the police to know about this, then you are going to have to pay back all of the money you stole from Sophie. Not to mention extra for all the horrible things that you've put her through.
But why should I have to pay back that money? I mean, it became our money once we got married, right? It doesn't seem fair to have to pay back what was mine.
Oh, okay. I guess in that case, we'll just go to the police. Is that what you want instead?
Mom, come on. She had something like $30,000 when I met her. You really think that I can pay all that back like it's nothing?
Sophie telling me that she didn't spend a penny of her own money on herself. You are going to pay it all back. Do you understand?
Okay, well, if I'm going to pay all that money, then you can't seriously expect me to pay some kind of compensation money on top of that, right?
Of course I do. You put your wife through something traumatic, and now you're going to have to pay for it. So you can either cough up the money now or do it later in court after your arrest.
Mom, please. I just really don't have that much money right now. I can't afford to pay what you're asking me to.
And just how long would it take for you to ever be able to afford what I'm asking of you? I don't care if you pay it in installments or if you have to take out a loan. You hurt Sophie, and you're going to do something to set it right.
I really am sorry, Mom. I promise that I'll never ever lie or hurt someone the way that I hurt Sophie ever again. But I need you to give me a break here. If you can do that, then I'll never ever go near Sophie again.
Oh, you already won't be getting near the poor dear ever again. I'll make sure of that.
How can you do this to your own son? Don't you care that you're ruining my life right now? I mean, I thought that you were on my side in this. You're my parent. I already said that I was sorry and I would never do it again. Isn't that enough to fix this all?
I really don't think that you are sorry, though. You can say that you are all you want, but you're not suggesting anything else that you can do to prove it. You tried to sever your wife from the outside world so that she would have no one she could go to for help. All I'm doing here is making sure that you understand how you made her feel. After that, Clarence and Sophie began their divorce process. Clarence agreed to pay back all of the money he had stolen from Sophie, as well as enough to compensate for the damages he had caused in her life. He had the gall to ask me for help again, but I simply shot him down and told him that he had to take responsibility for his own actions and face their consequences. In the end, Clarence ended up selling his car, moving into a much smaller house, and tightening his belt as best he could. But he still couldn't avoid going deep into debt to afford the repayment. According to the lawyer's calculations, it was going to take Clarence a few years before he could ever pay back Sophie. However, we figured that not reporting Clarence to the police was a good way to hold leverage over him and force him to stay in line. By then, I had already decided to disinherit Clarence, as I wanted nothing to do with him ever again. Being left without an heir, however, I took Sophie under my wing. In time, we became closer, and I told her that I wanted to leave all of my possessions to her. Apparently, Clarence heard that I'd done this and began calling me, begging me not to give everything to his ex-wife. He begged me and told me that as the son, he must surely have some right to something. All I told him was that I didn't know what he was talking about, since I didn't have a son. After that, I cut Clarence off and never heard from him again. I only hope that he learned his lesson and knows to never treat someone the way he treated Sophie again. Of course, if we ever hear that he has, Sophie and I agreed to go to the police about what he had done to her.
Hey, Eric. I got back from the hospital your mom's staying at today. The doc said she's getting discharged next month.
Oh, really? Oh man, I gotta tell you. I thought it was just a broken bone. I had no idea she'd end up staying in hospital this long. Well, I'm pleased she's finally gonna be getting out, you know. She must be so relieved. What did she say?
I guess she is glad, but we're not out of the woods yet, you know? There's still the minor issue of her not being able to walk at all. What are we gonna do about that? She still has to get around on crutches.
Oh, so what?
So, who's gonna look after her? She's gonna be all on her own if she goes back to her place.
Wait a sec, you mean you're not gonna do it?
Me? Are you being serious? How am I supposed to do it? I'm busy with work.
You only work part-time. You've been visiting her in hospital non-stop since she got admitted, taking her things, helping her move around the ward. You're basically already her carer, so you obviously have the time.
I only did those things because you asked me to. It's not like I didn't make sacrifices.
Well, the only difference now is instead of helping her at the hospital, you'll be helping her at home. What's the problem?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't exactly crazy about driving out to the hospital every day either. I only did it because there was no one else. Believe me, I didn't want to. Did you forget how badly she bullies me?
Shouldn't that be past tense? She stopped recently, right? I think she realized the error of her ways because you were so kind to her in hospital, you know? I bet she feels bad about the bullying now since you're constantly going out there to take her things. My mom's changed, Luna.
I'm pretty sure that's only because there are other people around, and she doesn't want them to know how horrible she is to me. She still grumbles and complains about the pettiest things when it's just the two of us. Not only that, but she still barks orders at me over a message just like always.
You're a big girl, babe. You're strong enough to take it. If anyone has what it takes to look after my mom, it's you. All you have to do is help her get around and keep on top of things around the house. I mean, you're so good at it by this point. It would be a shame to let your skills go to waste, right? Right?
All I have to do? You talk about it like it's nothing. Do you have any idea how much of my day looking after your mom eats up? It's not a question of whether I'm capable or not. It's a question of whether I get to live my own life. Besides, my responsibilities would skyrocket. The hospital has been taking care of the food and cleaning until now, but that all fall to me at her place. I'd be going from helping out a little here and there to being her literal full-time carer.
Don't be ridiculous, babe. It's a broken leg, not dementia. There's still plenty she can do. It's fine. Take a chill pill.
The reason I'm saying these things is because it's not fine, Eric. Remember back when all this started? It'll only be while she's in hospital, babe. You can go back to normal when she gets out, babe. What happened to that? You never said anything about looking after her when she gets out, and it's not fair of you to spring it on me like this.
What do you propose we do with her then?
We? She's your mom, Eric, and she hasn't been nice enough to me to warrant me going out of my way to help her. The bottom line is, I won't be looking after her when she gets discharged, and that's final. If you're so worried, look after her yourself. If you want my honest opinion, I think she'd be better off in a care facility till she can walk again.
You want to dump my mom in an old folks' home? She's only in her 60s.
Doesn't have to be an old folks' home. There are all kinds of places that look after the disabled or people who aren't so good on their feet. That way, she'll have a team of trained professionals to help her and be surrounded by people in similar situations. Surely that beats being cooped up at home all on her own with me, dropping by at great inconvenience to myself to provide care I'm not even qualified to give?
God damn it. Well, I can't believe she's finally set to get discharged, and this is your attitude. I'd feel bad about putting her in a facility. Sure, she'd be alone a lot, but she feels comfortable at home.
If you feel that bad, look after her yourself. She's not my problem.
I work like a dog every day at the office to put food on the table for you. You can't seriously be telling me to look after my mom on top of that.
I'm saying figure something out yourself. If looking after her yourself isn't an option, then you'll have to go arrange for her to go somewhere else.
God damn it. How can you be so heartless? This is the woman who gave birth to me we're talking about here.
I know that. She won't let me forget. She uses the fact she's my mother-in-law as justification to treat me like her slave. Believe me, I wanted us to get along more than anything.
Look after her then.
Keyword being wanted. I gave up when I realized what a venomous bully she is. She clearly has no intention of building a healthy, respect-based relationship with me. So why should I go out of my way to help her? She lets herself into her house and throws my cooking and personal belongings in the trash without even telling me. She demands I divorce you every time I have the misfortune of seeing her. Why would I want to care for someone who treats me like that?
That's just what mother-in-laws are like.
It amazes me that you think you can explain this away with a single sentence. How many times have I told you about all the crap she puts me through? In spite of that, you haven't said a single thing to her. It's like you don't even care.
Why rock the boat and let a petty squabble between in-laws turn into a fully fledged family-wide drama? If you guys have beef, you need to hash it out between yourselves.
The reason I'm telling you for the 1,000th time is because this isn't something I can fix on my own. She's your mother, for crying out loud, Eric. You should be the one responsible for arranging her care.
Well, fine. I see how it is. Looks like I'll have to deal with this myself. I need you to carry on looking after her till she gets discharged, but I'll figure something out for when she does.
Really? I'm repeating myself here, but let me make it crystal clear that I will absolutely not drive to and from her house to look after her when she gets out.
Geez, enough already. I heard you. You got some nerve. You know that, woman? I'm busy enough as it is, and now you're palming your jobs off onto me. Everyone knows it's a wife's sworn duty to look after her in-laws, but obviously common sense doesn't apply to you.
Sworn duty? I think that might be pushing it a little. I actually wouldn't mind looking after her if she wasn't so horrible to me.
Whatever, I've heard enough. I'm going to take care of everything to do with her discharge and the arrangements afterwards. In return, I need to keep your mouth shut about her for a change.
Fine by me, as long as I don't have to look after her.
Fine. Don't forget this conversation, Luna. Luna, I just got done talking with Mom about what's going to happen when she gets out of hospital.
How did it go?
It's good. We made a decision. The move will be taking place next month.
Really? I'm pleased to hear she understands it's for the best. Where will she be moving?
Well, my mom's not the one moving. We are.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Me and you are moving in with my mom next month. I take it you got no objections to that?
What? We're moving in with her mom? Why would you agree to that?
Agree? No, I was the one who suggested it. She said she didn't want to live in a home full of crusty old bedwetters, so I figured me and you moving in with her was the best option.
The best option? How do you work that one out? You mean because I'll be the one responsible for looking after her?
Yeah, you said you didn't want to drive to and from her house to look after her. And to be fair, that would be super inefficient. I thought on it a little, and that's when it hit me. My stroke of genius. I figured if we move in with her, you can look after her without wasting all that time on the road.
What the hell are you talking about? It wasn't the driving part I wanted to avoid. I can't believe you, Eric. The reason I said no is because I don't want anything to do with her. I was able to tolerate her at the hospital because I didn't have to spend much time alone with her thanks to the nurses. I'm not joking when I say I'll have a nervous breakdown if we have to live under the same roof.
You don't know that unless you try.
No, Eric. I know damn well how awful she makes me feel, and I don't need to intentionally subject myself to her company any further to understand. There is no way I'm moving in with her.
Look, think about it, babe. We won't even have to pay rent if we live with my mom. We could save so much money. Mom said we only have to pay for our food. The merits are endless.
This isn't about the money. I can't be under the same roof as your mom 24/7. I'll go insane.
She can't even move without help. What's the worst she could do? A few unpleasant comments here and there, the occasional frown. Jesus, Luna, I thought you were made of stronger stuff than this. I don't get why it has to be such a big deal. Does a frail old lady who can barely move by herself terrify you that much?
I'm not scared. I'm just physiologically impossible for me to live in the same house as her. How would you feel about living under the same roof as someone who hated your guts and went out of their way to make you as miserable as possible?
She's family. What choice do we have?
That's funny. I lost count of how many times she told me I'm not part of your family.
Are you really as tilted over the nonsensical ramblings of an old-age pensioner? Stop being so neurotic.
Not wanting to live with my abuser makes me neurotic? Wow, you really have absolutely no intention of trying to understand how I feel, do you?
Right back at you. You don't understand my feelings either. Why do you think I suggested we move in with her? I did this for you. You said you didn't want to waste time driving to and from her house, so I came up with an alternative. And this is how you repay my kindness.
Kindness? Give me a break!
Enough of this crap. We're moving in with my mom, and that's the end of it. I already told the landlord we'll be leaving next month. Start packing up our stuff. We're moving in the day before her discharge.
Understood. I'll start getting everything together.
What? Am I hallucinating? Did you actually... Whoo! Yippee! Whoop-de-frickin'-doodle-doo! I see, babe. This wasn't so hard. Why couldn't you have just been like this from the get-go? My mom said she's gonna fix up that contrarian personality of yours when we live together. She can't wait to have you. She's promised she'll never disobey my orders again once she's done with you. Oh, Luna, you done with everything at the apartment?
Yep. I'm just about to leave and hand the key back to the landlord.
Oh, good. The removal van just got to my mom's place. They're carrying our stuff in now.
Cool.
Jesus, Luna. Some of these boxes are so dusty. Couldn't you have made them look a little more presentable before sending them off with the removal guys? They're gonna think we're poor. And make sure you clean up once we're moved in. I'm not gonna let you make a mess of my mom's house.
Do it yourself.
Hey, don't disobey me, woman. I was at work all day yesterday and I'm tired. Besides, I'm exhausted from changing mom's bed sheets and taking out the trash just now. Hey, wait a sec. Hey, something's not right here. The removal guys only brought my stuff in. What happened to yours? Is there a problem?
Nope, no problems. I'm not moving in with you. Good luck caring for your mom.
You're not moving in with us. What? What are you talking about? This some kind of prank?
I never agreed to move in the first place. That's why I won't be joining you.
But you said... you said you would. Wait a second, let me check the message. Yeah, you said you understood.
That was in response to you ordering me to start packing our things up.
What the hell? How can you do this to me on the day of the move? If you didn't want to come, you should have just freaking told me.
Go on, scroll through the messages again. I think you'll find I told you plenty of times. You just ignored me, as always. You decided we were moving in with your mom without me. So I decided not to come without you. You hardly have any right to complain.
What about my poor mom? I work full time. I don't have time to be a goddamn living carer.
Not my problem. I told you I didn't want anything to do with her. This could all have been avoided if you just listened. Looks like your stubborn arrogance finally came back to bite you in the ass, huh, Eric? She would have kicked the bullying into high gear when she had me at her place. I would have been so dependent on her, I wouldn't have been able to do a thing about it. There isn't a wife on the planet who'd willingly put themselves in that situation.
Forget this crap, Luna. You've had your fun now. Just hurry up and get over here.
No chance.
If you don't come this instant, me and you are getting a divorce. I mean it, I'll do it.
Great. Can't wait.
Huh?
I did this knowing full well it meant divorce. You're a scumbag of epic proportions, and the sooner you disappear from my life, the better.
Who the hell do you think you're speaking to, bitch? You work part-time. Even worse, you're in your 30s. You don't seriously think you can get by without me around to support you?
I'll take a life of potential uncertainty over the one of guaranteed misery I get living as you and your mom's slave and verbal punching bag.
I'll never forgive you for this, bitch. You just made the biggest mistake of your life. If you don't get your ass over here right now, I'm telling my mom. Don't think I'm gonna let you escape. I won't sign the divorce papers. Hello? You there? Luna, answer me. Hey! Luna, please respond. I'm so sorry. I'm begging you to respond.
Hey, Eric. I just got done talking to my lawyer. He said if you refuse to sign the divorce papers, I can take you to divorce court. It sounds like a lot of trouble, but if you won't sign, then I'll have no choice.
Luna, wait, please don't do this. Can't we just talk things through?
What is there to talk about? Asset division?
No, not that. The divorce itself. You're not even letting me have a say. I don't want a divorce.
This is rich. You're the one who threatened me with divorce if I wouldn't move in with you and your mom.
That was just, well, no, I was joking. Or, I just wanted to scare you a little because you made me mad.
That's a shame, Eric, because I do want a divorce. Like, really, really, really badly. We're never getting back together. And nothing you say could ever change that.
Why'd you have to be like this? People move in with their in-laws all the time.
What's your point? That you base all of your actions on what other people do without any thought of your own? I guess your little pea-brain would struggle with something as complex as independent thought. Your mom needs near full-time care. But more than that, her sole purpose for existing seems to be to make my life a living hell. I'd have to be nuts to live with her. I made this all clear before, so you can hardly be surprised. This is your own stupid fault for being too stubborn to listen to me. I can't be married to a guy who's not capable of communicating with me.
I'm sorry, I should have asked you if it was what you wanted. I know I've been an idiot, but I was really worried about leaving my mom on my own.
I understand that, but the responsibility of caring for someone who's almost incapable of moving around on their own is huge. It's not something that should be taken on lightly. And especially not without discussing it properly first. The fact you demand I look after your mom, despite knowing how horrible she is to me, told me all I need to know about how you really are as a person, Eric. Whatever it was I saw in you when we got married, I don't see it anymore. I wouldn't move in with your mother if you paid me.
I'm sure she'll realize what an amazing person you are once we all live together. Yeah, that's it. The only reason she was like that with you up to now is because she doesn't know the real you. Remember when you said before you wanted you and her to get along? Well, this is your chance, babe.
That was before she started bullying me. And please, Eric, you must think I'm a total moron. You told me she was gonna fix up my contrarian personality when we moved in together. The idea of having anything more to do with either of you makes me physically sick. I stopped seeing you as my husband the moment you start treating me like your subordinate instead of your wife.
Please, Luna, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to do what I did. I just didn't think I had a choice because of how desperate my mom's situation is. I wanted to do whatever it took to convince you to move in with her.
Yes, I know how selfish you are. You don't need to remind me. There was never anything to convince me because I told you categorically that it wouldn't be happening from the get-go.
Fine, you win. You don't have to move in with her. How about just paying her visits 3 times a week instead?
You cannot be being serious right now. Does everything I say to you go straight in one ear and out the other? This isn't a question of being a live-in versus a visiting carer. It's a question of me walking away and never looking back. We're getting a divorce, you imbecile.
Please, baby, I'm in a really difficult situation here. Mom can't move without her crutches, and she's super stressed. She keeps demanding I do everything, housework, helping her move. I even had her help her sit down on the toilet earlier. She called me 25 times while I was at work today. The house was like a bomb site when I got back. She's clearly not capable of doing this by herself, and I think she might lose her mind at this rate. And me along with her.
So what you're saying is, you want me to do all that crap instead? Thank God I didn't move in with you. Best decision of my life.
I'm sorry, I really messed up, babe. I should never have treated you that way. But if you come back, I promise we'll do this as a team. I'll always be by your side, I promise. I promise I won't leave everything to you. Want to know why that is? Because I love you, my honey munchkin.
Don't honey munchkin me, jerk! You said the exact same thing when she got admitted to the hospital. And what happened? I ended up doing everything. You didn't even help out on your days off. You were always out drinking with your buddies while I was going to and from the hospital like a damn delivery service. If I ever had the nerve to take issue with you, you give me the same old "I'm busy with work" excuse and palm everything off on me.
I know that, babe. Everything you said is true. I treated you unfairly. But I promise things will be different this time.
It's too late. You didn't protect me from her bullying, and you forced me to do everything at the hospital while ignoring everything I said the whole time. If that wasn't bad enough, you decided we were moving in with her without so much as asking my opinion. I don't need a piece of garbage like you in my life, Eric, so you can go crawl in the trash where you belong for all I care. We're never getting back together, so just hurry up and sign a paper so we can be done with it.
No, please, I don't want a divorce.
The only reason the divorce scares you so much is because it means looking after your mom all by yourself. You don't have an honest bone in your body. I'm sick and tired of you, and I want out.
No, Luna, that's not why at all. I don't want a divorce because I love you. You're the most important person in the world to me. I just took you for granted, that's all. The truth is, I think you're way out of my league. You're beautiful, funny, kind, and caring. Meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. Well, I can change. I mean it. I'm ready to turn over a new leaf. I'll never make you do anything you don't want to ever again. And we'll always discuss things before making decisions from now on. Please, just reconsider the divorce. Please, just give me another chance.
You already had more than enough chances. You're the one who blew him. I don't love you anymore, Eric. Scratch that. I don't even like you.
I'm so sorry. I know I messed up. Please, help me. I don't know how I'll get through this without you.
You want my help? Why would I do anything for a guy who ignored and ridiculed me when I asked him to help me? You said you'd take care of your mom's situation. all on your own. Live up to your word, and quit pestering me with your incessant whining. You shouldn't threaten me with divorce if you weren't willing to go through with it, coward. I had no choice but to take Eric to divorce court. However, in a hilarious irony, he was so busy trying to juggle the mammoth responsibility of working full-time and caring for his mom that he couldn't make it to the hearings, which means I won by default, and I got my divorce without a hitch. The whole thing cost me more money and time than I would have liked, but I guess it's a small price to pay for cutting ties with a mother-in-law and husband from hell. I couldn't be more relieved that that phase of my life is over. Eric sent me a letter of apology through his lawyer after everything was finalized. Needless to say, the letter, on which nothing was written but a hastily scribbled, "Please take me back," went in the trash immediately. I guess he was too busy to write anything else. I like to think his writing was interrupted by yells of, "Son, I need the toilet again!" Realizing his only two options were to look after his mom himself or put her in a care home, he decided to try and set the wheels in motion for the latter. But his mom, who other than her bad leg, was absolutely fine and still pretty energetic for her age, was vehemently opposed to the idea and gave him the telling off of a lifetime for even suggesting it. The thought that he's far too busy to look for love again is incredibly reassuring because it means no one else will have to go through what I went through, and he has to suffer the consequences of his actions all on his own. I hope the two of them stay confined to their bitter, hostile, stress-filled world for as long as possible. That way, they won't be able to bother anyone else. I decided on a change of career while me and Eric were working through the divorce proceedings and started studying to be a carer. I passed my exams with flying colors after a year of study, and now I work full-time in a care home. You might think that's odd, but it wasn't because I didn't like the thought of looking after people that I refused to move in with Eric's mom. It was because I didn't want to look after her. Things can get stressful at work, but it's nothing compared to what I went through back then. And while I may come home exhausted every night, I know I'm making a difference in the world. And that's an amazing feeling. Want to know something else that's nice? Getting paid for my work. If I'd have been dumb enough to move in with Eric's mom, I wouldn't have seen a cent for my efforts. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't anxious about what the future might hold back at the time of the divorce, but everything went surprisingly smoothly, and I'm enjoying adjusting to my new life. I'll never suppress my feelings for the sake of another person, again. Because if we do that, whose life are we really living? My number one priority is my own happiness from here on out. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll meet someone to share it with.
Hey there, Grandma. How's it going? Are you doing well? I was just wondering if you already went to the hospital today to go make a visit? Oh, well, hello there, Sandy. Yes, I went to the hospital today. Thank you for asking. And actually, you should know that your grandpa is getting better bit by bit every single day. So I know how worried you've been about him, but I really do think that he's going to be okay. Really? You mean it? You think Grandpa's going to be okay? That's great news. I'm so happy to hear that. Do you have any idea when he's going to leave the hospital? Well, the doctors haven't really given a firm date or anything yet. But I really don't think it's going to be too much longer now. I mean, it's quite crazy to think that your grandpa's been in the hospital all month. I know, it's been so long. But I'm glad that he's getting better and that he should be getting out soon. I just wish that we lived a little bit closer so that I could have gone to see him. Well, your grandpa talks all the time about how much he can't wait to see you. He told me today when he has to do his physical therapy to get better, he thinks of you and it helps him. Did he really say that? Well, you tell him that I'm always cheering him on in my heart. I will be sure to tell him just that tomorrow, Sandy. And I'm sure that it will make him very, very happy. Thank you so much, Grandma. That means a lot that you would do that. But if you're going tomorrow, then does that mean that you've been going to visit him every day? That's right. If I don't go and visit him, then your grandpa tells me he feels lonely. Aw, poor Grandpa. But I'm glad that you're getting to keep him company while he's in the hospital. I really wanted to get to go out and do something with him since it's going to be summer break soon, but I guess he will still have to rest, won't he?
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you were almost done with school for the year. You must be so excited. Well, Grandpa may have to rest at home for a bit, but that doesn't mean that you can't come over and spend time at our house. I know how sad you were not getting to see Grandpa at your end-of-year recital.
I know, it was hard, but if I can see you and Grandpa this summer, then it'll all be okay.
You really are such a sweet little girl. Do you know that, Sandy? Anyways, do you have any other plans for your summer break this year?
No, I haven't really made any other plans to do anything else, actually.
Oh, I see. So you aren't going to do any camping trips or go on any trips with your family or anything like that? I thought that your parents always tried to take you to the beach or out camping or something like that every summer.
Yeah, they normally do, but I guess we're just not going to be doing anything this year. But then again, we really don't have anyone who can drive, so I guess it only makes sense.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Is your dad not at home?
Well, he isn't at home because he's actually always at work and always super duper busy.
I see. Do you have any idea what might be keeping your dad so busy?
I really don't know. Work stuff, I guess. I don't get grown up sometimes.
You know, Sandy, neither do I most of the time. But anyways, I wonder what's keeping your dad so busy that he hardly has any time to spend at home these days.
I really have no idea, but I think that Mom might know something that I don't. You should try asking her if you really want to know what Dad is doing.
Hello, Linda. How's it going? It's been a while since we talked. Oh my, this is Bianca, I take it, yes? That's right. Sandy just walked up to me and handed me the phone. How is Frank, by the way? Is he doing okay in the hospital? I'm really sorry that we haven't made it over there to visit him. Oh, that's okay. We understand how far away it is for you. Besides, it seems that you and my son are quite busy with work and the kids. And Frank says that it's not like he's on his deathbed or anything like that, so he doesn't really mind. I know. I'm just so sorry that he wasn't able to make it to Sandy's recital this year. I know how much he and Sandy look forward to it. Yes, he was disappointed to have to miss that, but anyways, I heard from Sandy that Liam is barely spending any time at home. Is he away on a business trip or something like that right now? Yes, he actually is. Would you believe that his company sent him to Thailand for a whole month? Oh, wow. I had no idea that his business even operated outside of the country. Well, that must be very hard for you all. But I suppose that means that for the summer break, it really just is going to be you and Sandy then, right? Yeah, that's right. But I also have a lot of work to do this year, so I'm afraid it'll be a boring break for her. And it's not like I can just let her run around and do whatever she wants outside, so I just don't really know what to do at all. Yes, these kinds of breaks are really hard to deal with when you're parents by yourself. You have to do all the cooking and make sure Sandy's staying out of trouble and all of that. I know, I really do wish Liam was here. It all felt so much easier when it was the two of us. Especially since she isn't eating lunch at school anymore, cooking is taking up more and more of my time. I guess the kids may be on break, but that just means more work for the parents, doesn't it? I just wish that I had someone who would watch Sandy for me. Well, you know, I was just telling Sandy that if she wanted to, she could come and spend some time with Frank and I this summer. We really don't mind hosting for a little bit, and if anything, I think it would make Frank feel better. Oh, no, Bianca, I could never ask you and Frank to look after Sandy. I mean, Frank will have just gotten out of the hospital by then, and I can't imagine it's good for his recovery to have a child running around. But maybe after the break, when school is back in session and it's closer to fall break, we could figure something out. Yes, please. By all means, come in the fall then. Frank and I just want to see you all at this point. We feel like it's been way too long since we've all gotten together as a family. Well, we'll look at our calendar and see what we can do. But anyways, it was nice talking to you. Tell Frank that we're thinking about him.
Hey, Bianca, are you there? I was just texting because Sandy's summer break should have started and I wanted to check in on you.
Oh, well, thank you for being so considerate, Linda. If I can be honest, though, things have been better. I don't think I've ever been this busy in my entire life.
You mean because Liam isn't there to help take care of Sandy with you? Or do you just not feel safe at home with it being the two of you there?
No, it isn't that. This neighborhood is really safe, and I don't think there's ever been a problem here.
Well, that's good at least, but I suppose with all the bad weather you've been having the past few days, Sandy has probably been stuck in the house, huh? I just hope that you're not stressing yourself too much right now. I know that being locked in a house with your child can, well, push some parents to their limits.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. But thankfully, Sandy and I have plenty of indoor activities to do, so she isn't getting too stir-crazy. And even if the weather was good and I didn't have any work, I think that Sandy just enjoys playing indoors more than she does outdoors.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm just glad that the two of you are doing all right. And I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for messaging you while you're so busy. I just wanted to let you know that if you need anything, you can always ask me.
No, oh, Bianca, please. I really don't want to bring you into my problems or call you in just because I'm a little stressed is all. I could never do that.
Oh, please, we're family. It isn't a big deal at all. Just know that you can always call on me.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, Linda.
Oh, and just one more thing. I was going to send a little gift box of sweets for Sandy, but... Well, is there anything I shouldn't send her?
Linda, I really appreciate you wanting to do that, but you don't have to do that. And since I'm not even at home most of the time, I don't think I'd be there to receive them. And neither would Sandy, since I told her never to answer the door when I'm not home.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. You never know who it might be on the other side.
Exactly, and I think if I knew that Sandy was answering the door while I was at work, it would really drive me crazy. I never knew that having a kid would make me this nervous in my life.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. There are plenty of reasons to worry. I just hope that you're enjoying yourself as well. But anyways, as long as you're teaching Sandy to be safe, I suppose that's all that really matters.
Thank you for understanding. I really am so grateful for what you've done and want to do. But I just have my hands full dealing with Sandy, and I kind of don't need any more to think about. Of course, if anything happens and I need your help, you'll be the first to know.
Hello, Sandy. I'm sorry I can't pick up the phone right now. I'm in the hospital with your grandpa. But I can call you back soon if you just wait a little while.
Grandma, please, this is really, really bad. I don't know what to do. The house is burning. It's on fire right now.
Wait, sorry, what are you talking about, Sandy? Isn't your mom there? Are you home all alone?
Mom hasn't been home in a long, long time, and I tried calling my dad, but he won't pick up his phone. I don't know what I should do, Grandma. You have to help me. I don't have anyone else.
Wait, what do you mean that your mom hasn't been home in a while? As in she left for work this morning and still isn't home?
I mean that my mom got mad and then left the house with some other guy. Now I have no idea where she is right now.
Wait a second. You're telling me that your mom left the house with a man who wasn't your dad?
Yeah, that's right. After Dad left and summer break started, this strange man started coming over to our house. But I guess Mom and him knew each other because he was always driving her places and taking her out of the house. And then one day, a while ago, Mom left with that man and she never came back home since. I don't know who he is, but he always smelled like beer.
Sandy, do you think that your dad knows who this man is at all?
I don't know. I don't even know him. But Mom told me I could never tell Dad about him, so maybe not.
I see. This is all a lot to take in right now.
But if it's a man who isn't my dad, then that would mean my mom is cheating, right? I might not even be in middle school, but even I'm smart enough to see what's going on here.
I'm really sorry, Sandy. I think that you might have hit the nail on the head with that one. But that must make you really sad, right?
I tried telling Mom to stop cheating on my dad, but I told her that she shouldn't go out with this man anymore. I told her that if Dad knew what she was doing, and it would make him really sad, and that's when she told me that I could never, ever tell him.
I see. I'm so sorry that you're going through this right now, Sandy.
I know, but I've never seen Mom get this upset with me. Then the man she's with started getting mad at me and said that my mom was never going to come back home again.
And that's when they left? Do you have any idea when that was?
Yeah, it was about last Monday, now that I think about it.
Wait a second, last Monday? So you're telling me that you've been at home all alone all week? I don't believe this. Oh, wait a second. You said there was a fire at your house? Are you standing outside right now? You're not still in the house right now, are you?
It's okay, Grandma. I'm safe. I ran out of the house when the fire got really big, and now I'm standing outside.
Oh, thank goodness. I am so happy that you're such a clever child, even if you are too clever for your own good sometimes. But anyways, what is the house like? How is the fire?
A neighbor came out and called a fire department and is standing out here with me, so I'm not alone right now.
Great. Oh, that is really amazing to hear. Please tell that neighbor thank you and ask if you can wait with her for a little bit. I'm going to call your mom and dad's work right now. Then after that, I'll go and pick you up. Bianca, you need to quit this foolishness and pick up the phone right now. Are you really going to pretend like you haven't noticed a single one of my calls?
Linda, I really am sorry, but I'm very, very busy with work right now, and I just don't have any time to talk at all.
Well, you should know that I got a call from your daughter last night. I'm sure that you did too, but apparently you ignored them all. How could you do that? How could you just abandon Sandy like that?
And just how did you know that Sandy was trying to call my phone last night, huh?
Well, that's because when she couldn't get a hold of you, she began to call me. She told me about how you had left the house some time ago and that you'd left her all alone at home. But she was only calling you because your house was on fire. That's all.
What on earth are you talking about? What is that even supposed to mean?
I mean, your house, the place where you live with your husband and child. You know, that place? There was a fire there.
Wait, I still don't understand. What do you mean there was a fire at my house?
Do you think that I'm joking with you right now? I guess you haven't really been keeping with the local news. Otherwise, you might have heard about the fire that set a whole house up ablaze.
And you're telling me that the house that got caught on fire was my house?
That's right. Not only that, but like I said, the whole place went up. And the whole place burned down.
I don't believe this. I don't know what to say right now.
Well, I would be speechless too if I just found out that everything I own had just been burnt to a crisp. And especially if all of that happened while I was out running around with some strange man. I would just feel like I made the worst mistake of my life if that happened to me.
What are you talking about? You're still not making any sense at all.
Am I not? You're the one who didn't even know your own house had burned down because you were ignoring your own child.
But, I mean, I was at work and I wasn't looking at my phone, that's it.
Oh, really? Because it's already well into the next day now and you're still seeming surprised at all of this. It sounds to me like you've been away from home for a while now, no? Perhaps because you're out cheating on Liam right now?
That is not true. I'm at work right now. How dare you even imply that I'm cheating on Liam? Just who do you think you are?
Excuse me? I'm not the one lying about being hard at work while I'm actually out leaving my daughter at home to fend for herself. I have every right to be mad at you right now.
But I'm really not lying. I'm telling you the truth. Why won't you listen to what I'm trying to tell you?
I know how busy you've said you are, so I called your work and they told me that you put in quite a large request for time off.
Wait a second. You called my work? Why would you do that? You can't just go and do that.
Well, what did you expect me to do? There was a fire at your house, your daughter was alone, your husband is in another country, and you were nowhere to be found.
But still, you didn't have to call my work because of all that.
I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't an emergency, and I think your house burning down more than counts as that. Honestly, do you act this way every time your husband is away from the house? Because Sandy told me about how you told her to keep quiet. You told her that if her dad ever found out that it would crush him and that she didn't want to do that to him.
And so you mean that you've heard all about this from Sandy?
That's right. She told me everything that's been going on since her dad went away and summer break started.
And just what kinds of things has that little brat of mine been telling you, huh?
Well, she told me that ever since school got out, you started bringing this strange man over to the house more and more. And she told me about how you both tried to keep her quiet. And how you two must have thought that would be enough to keep Sandy's mouth shut under any circumstances.
But this isn't fair. I didn't cheat on my husband, I swear.
Why even try and deny it at this point? Sandy's already told me the truth. You really should have tried harder to hide your affair from your own daughter, you know.
But, I mean, Sandy just doesn't get what's happening. Yes, it's true that I was going out with this guy who she'd never met before. But she's totally wrong about the affair. He was just a friend, I swear. She read this whole thing completely wrong.
Oh, just give me a break already, Bianca. You are doing nothing but burying yourself deeper into your lies. You flaunted your affair in your daughter's face and she didn't keep your secret for you. And because you decided to run off with this guy to who knows where, your daughter could have really been hurt. I mean, don't you even care about your own child at all? What if she hadn't been able to escape the fire?
You're right. I'm so sorry. I never wanted anything like that to happen.
So, then you admit to everything that I've said here? You really were having an affair?
I mean, affair is such a strong word. I was thinking of it more like a summer fling.
I don't really care what you call it. If you were involved with someone other than my son, that's cheating. But just what in the world were you thinking exposing Sandy to what you were doing?
I never thought that she would have been able to guess what was going on.
And just how in the world could she not have when you were bringing him over to the house for her to see? Instead, you just told her to keep her mouth shut and leveraged her love for her dad against her.
Well, that's because I knew if Liam found out that this would blow up like it is now. I just thought that if Sandy was too scared to tell her dad, that she wouldn't.
You're horrible. How could you manipulate an innocent child like that? Well, I hope that you're happy with this other man of yours, but you should know that you don't even have a home to go back to now.
And what about Liam? How much of this does he already know?
Oh, he knows all of it. We called and explained to him all about why his house was burned down.
And what did he have to say when he heard all of that?
Well, I only caught a little bit of the yelling and shouting. I had to mute my phone for a bit because I had never heard my son swear so much and Sandy was in the room.
But then, does that mean that you think he's going to want a divorce? It's not like I wanted to marry the guy that I was seeing.
What do you think? You put his daughter in immediate danger. I can't see you talking your way out of this one, Bianca.
But he'll have to understand that I wasn't doing this because I didn't love my family. It was just a little fling, that's all, I swear.
Well, I guess that you and Liam are going to have that conversation between yourselves. But after what Sandy had to say about how you and this man of yours treated her, I really can't see him ever coming back around to you.
But you can talk to him. You can talk to Sandy and tell her that she didn't understand what she saw, and then you talk to Liam and explain how this was all just one big, huge misunderstanding, right?
I could do that. I could do a lot of things, but what you're asking me to do is lie to my granddaughter just like you lied to her. You're asking me to lie to my son just like you lied to him too. And those are both things that I simply refuse to do. Unlike you, I respect my family too much to manipulate them. You made your bed, now it's time for you to lie in it. After that, the police and firefighters investigated the fire and found out that it began in the kitchen and with a burner left on. Apparently, Sandy had been trying to cook for herself since she had no other choice when the fire broke out. Liam sued Bianca not only for her affair, but also all of the property damage that occurred not under her watch. In the end, Bianca ended up owing Liam more than she could afford. He also sued the man Bianca was sleeping with and got a pretty penny from him too. I heard that because of all the legal fees, Bianca went deep into debt. She asked both of her parents for help with her situation, but they were furious with her and refused. With no home or family, Bianca had to move into a tiny apartment and start her life over from scratch. I hear that she can barely afford to even pay rent, as so much of her salary is now going to paying off her debt. Until Liam got back from his business trip, Sandy came to stay with Frank and I at our house. Both Frank and Sandy were overjoyed to get to see one another. I remember on the night of the fire when I told Frank it looked as if he was about to have a heart attack, he was so stressed. But when I told him that Sandy was safe, his eyes softened and he was finally able to breathe again. Of course, given the severity of the situation, Liam's work didn't keep him all over there for the duration of the business trip. He was able to come back home right away to deal with all that had happened. It was from then that he dealt with Bianca and her secret lover. I don't think that I have ever seen my son's face look so angry when their lawyers met. Of course, Liam was on one side of the table while Bianca and her other man were on the other. I swear that if it weren't for those two lawyers there, my son might have taken the law into his own hands. He told me later how the night of the fire he hadn't been able to sleep for 3 days out of worry for what was going on. Once all the legal proceedings were over, he slept a whole 48 hours straight. Liam took the money he got from the lawsuits and used it to buy a house much closer to my husband and I. Sandy was so happy to get to live closer to us. And we were so happy to be able to keep an eye on her. More than anything, I'm just so happy that all of this finished without anyone getting physically injured or permanently scarred. I feel so sorry for Sandy, but I know that she's a brilliant and resilient girl with a bright, bright future ahead of her.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.